Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy and today we are going to be painting this piece right here, this bee. I sketched him out on 100%, or no, it's not 100% cotton, on Artist Loft 140 pound watercolor paper. It is a cellulose paper, not my favorite to work on, but I have a lot of it, so we're gonna use it. And let's see, I have out my Holbein little palette. It has lemon yellow, opera quinacridone, and peacock blue in it. I also have out my granulating colors, plus this bad baby, Daniel Smith's Bronzite Genuine. This stuff is dreamy. In my palette here, we have, I just have to show you the reason I'm using these palettes is because this particular palette today is because I played with making my there it is. The Bronzite Genuine is glittery. It has tiny bits of sparkle in it, and it is just gorgeous. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. It's super subtle and I love it, and it mixes well with the granulating colors. Look at that. It's just dreamy and I love it. So I thought, see, just adds that little bit of sparkle. And these are the backgrounds for all my bookmarks that I'm working on. But I was playing with all these colors yesterday doing these, so I thought we would use some of them on this. This is the Galaxy set of Granulating Watercolors. I've had them for a while. The Bronzite Genuine is right here, and then we have rose, purple, and these are all Galaxy colors. The rose, the purple, the blue, the brown, and the black. And then I have out my two core watercolor palettes. Look at a little fuzzy in it. Unacceptable. Which are a mess because I use them almost every day. But these are what they look like. They are in little Meeden square palettes, and each one of these little palettes comes with a lid, which I use for a mixing surface. What else do I have going on? These are the colors in my core palettes. This way. Just so that you have an awareness of what I've got going on up there. And then we are just going to jump in and play with color and have a little bit of fun with this piece. Not really expecting a lot. I'm going to go ahead and mist in around the outside edges of my bee like that. And I'm going to go ahead and use my Princeton Velvetouch round number 10. It is a new brush that I am in love with. I got it a couple months ago, and I dig it. So I'm going to mix the blue. I feel like I should zoom in a bit. You're not going to see my palettes. Well, I guess I could pull it over here. My blue, and these granulate gorgeously. Gorgeous. And take a little bit of my Holbein yellow, and I pull from this palette and put it over here because you don't want to mix your granulating colors in your non-granulating palette, ideally. Just like you don't want to put your gouache in your watercolor palette. You want to put your watercolor in your gouache palette. It's just so that you don't contaminate your watercolors. Alright, so there's some green mixed with this gorgeous blue, and then I'm going to take some of this and put it over here. And I don't know if you can see that sparkle, but it is just dreamy. And it creates this soft kind of blue-gray color, which will granulate into a really, really pretty background. Look at that. So not only is my background going to have granulation, it's also going to have sparkle. It's gonna sparkle. That's right. All right, let's drop some color on and see how it goes. Just having a play with colors and what they do on the page. And I love watercolor. It's been my favorite medium for a long time. And yeah, I just love it. Let's get some green going on in there. Let's drop some. Actually, you know what moves better is this core. This core yellow. It moves really beautifully on the page. What's that? And it'll dry really light, right? Maybe we don't want granulating colors over the top of our wings. We want to just kind of mist those in like that. It's pretty. Okay, let's get our painting up a skosh. There we go. There we go. I've been having lighting issues lately, so I apologize if the lighting is off. Ooh, let's put some rose back there. Clean the brush a little bit. Grab some clean water. Grab some of our rose. And just dab it in here and there. And the granulating colors work best if you leave them wet and let them play on the page. That's where you get the sediment and the granulation, that the heavier pigments settle into the page, and the lighter pigments will move around and blend, which is gorgeous, right? I think so. Grab some of our sparkle here. Plop that in. Maybe spatter a bit. I do like to spatter. It's a whole thing. This down here is a flower. Spritz. It's very warm in here, so my paper's gonna keep drying on me. See that? It's separated in the palette, so I gotta mix it back up and put a little more blue in there. Come around our edge softly. Grab a little water. Swoosh that in. Maybe a little more pink. There's a lot going on the paper right now. That's okay. It's all right. It's going to dry really beautifully. Oh, too much water right there. Look at that. Look at that separation. Isn't that beautiful? I dig it. Grab a little more sparkle. Go around our bee. And the sparkle is very subtle. You guys may not be able to see it on the camera, but it is really beautiful. Gorgeous. Okay. Now I'm going to take my pink And I have a little cup here. I'll take my granulating pink, a little bit of water, and my Core Quin Magenta. Mix those together. And they are going to be my flower. Right through here. A little bit here and there. That. Let it bleed around. Beautiful. Just playing with watercolors, seeing what works, what doesn't. Yeah, just playing around. So there's this river of wet right here because my paper is seriously warped right now. So my favorite is just soak that up a little bit like that. Then it's not quite so wet. There we go. And this is gonna dry so pretty, you guys. So pretty. Let me get right up in there. I want to spatter some of this leftover on those wings so that the color filters through. Really light. With that color filtering through but not taking over. Isn't that pretty? I dig it. Alright. Let's set that guy down. Set you down. Set you down. And then, do I want to let it dry? Do I want to just keep going? What do I want to do? Sop up the really wet parts. Where I've got some serious puddling happening. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now rainbow wings. You guys see that? The rainbow wings. So cool. So cool. I encourage a touch of movement if I can. A little soft blending going on without touching it with a paintbrush and smoothing things out, just letting the paper or the paint play on the paper the way it wants to. Yeah. And you can blot some areas if you think you got too carried away. Like that will help filter some colors poke through. Gorgeous. Okay. I love it. Alright, now we gotta make our bee pop. We're gonna let this dry and we're gonna come back to it and get in there with some maybe in there with some highlight of some sort. I haven't decided yet. I do like that gradation of color, and all that granulation right there is really working for me. This is just taped down, by the way, on the back of my watercolor pad. I save the backs of my watercolor pad because it's super dense, thick cardboard, and I use them for backer boards to tape my stuff to. Because it's free-ish. I mean, you bought it, you might as well use it. And it's nice and firm. And if you gesso them, I was going to gesso this one, but my gesso's packed because I'm moving. If you gesso them first, they'll last for quite a while. You can use them over and over again until they start warping and not working for you. I'm feeling like this is good enough that I can start plopping in my vibrant yellow. This is my Holbein yellow. I like how pigmented it is. That gorgeous heavy yellow color is, I just love this Holbein. It is a, what are you expressly, in case someone wants to. Permanent yellow light. I got it in an art box. And that's why this little palette and the 3 colors came in an art box, and they just live in here now. Because they mix beautifully. They all play really well together. So I just keep them together because I know how they work. I know how they play together. And I know what to expect from them. So that's where they live. And I pull them from this palette into other pieces as well. Go ahead and drop in where I want my yellow to be very vibrant. Remembering that I am going to come over this with other colors. Maybe not a black, but I am thinking of mixing my Holbein colors together over here, which you can kind of see on the edge of the palette, or on the edge of the screen right there. I can pull it in. The peacock blue, and I muddy these up so terribly. And it makes a gorgeous deep, deep purple. Some water in there. And then maybe instead of using just black, I'll grab my granulating black. Let's grab one of these. Actually, let's grab the other one that we were using before. And just wipe it out. Wipe the pink out. Put our granulating black in here. It is blue leaning, but that's okay, because we're going to put this purple in here. Right? Scoop it up. I don't recommend doing this over your painting. It's kind of, you know, but whatever. I'm going to do a little more heavy black. And this will be the black on my bee. This is a granulating color, and you can already see that it's got purples and blues in it. And that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Let me put it in gently through there. Onto my bee's legs. Let it blend and mix a bit. If it gets away from you, just pick it up. Dry your brush and sop it up. There we go. A little less intense. It does create a nice shadow right there. I'm going to go ahead and put it in down here on my ridges like this. And let that settle in and dry a bit before I come down here with my yellow. My super vibrant yellow. Let it settle into the page. Come over here, get his little self in through here. And it is pulling that sparkle from the background into the foreground, which I love. I am digging that Bronze Genuine adding sparkle to my pieces. I'm really, really liking that. And this is not like an exact piece. I'm not trying to make a perfect bee here. If I was doing that, I'd be going much, much slower, and I would be doing a slow layering process and being very gentle and careful with all my shapes. Look at that, isn't that pretty? This other leg back right here. There. Down to that flower. Like so. There's our legs. Super simple, super easy, right? And we're going to let those dry because we're going to come back over the top of them with more beautiful color. I'm going to pull this light down here so that, there we go, that's a little better. Now, don't forget our eye. I'm going to go around my shine spots. Let's grab that. Rolling a thirsty brush right up into the edge there to pick up any color that is seeping out where I don't want it to. There. We'll soften those shines later. Not going to worry about those right now. I do have a little bit of gray right there. Just a little graying right there. I'm going to have to pull the background up between those. Not quite sure how I'm going to do that just yet, but for now, we'll leave it the way it is. Like that. I'm wetting the antenna area. I'm going to grab pure black and drop that in. Oh, I'm digging this so much. Loving it. Loving it. Alright. I'm also going to take this mixture right here. This super soft gray, purpley, because it's gonna granulate still. See, it's granulating down here. And I'm gonna paint right over my wings. We can grab a little clear water, drop that right on there, and gently. I don't want to lift a bunch of color from underneath, but I do want my wings to be prominent, like that. And we'll go over the top again later, but there they are. Gorgeous. Okay. Now our yellow. We're back to our yellow. Pure yellow. Wet brush. This stuff down here is almost dry. I'm going to go ahead and get in right in here. A little more inky. And that. Pop that in right through there. Alright, mix in with that black. It's not opaque, but if you use enough pigment, it gets nice and dark. So we can come back in here and drop in there. Get some textures going on. That, tap that in there. Cool bee dude. Come in here. Get our yellow dropped in. And then I'm digging the black as my shadow color. A touch of our purple in it. Let's mix up that purple again. Yeah. Scoop that up. Put it in here. Gorgeous. Mix that up. Sorry, my camera decided to turn itself off. It has a mind of its own sometimes. Okay. As I was saying, this I like to use. I'm liking it as these little shadow bits here and there, where the wing meets the body. Some little bits there. This bit between the head and the body. I like that. Another thick coat right here. Oh yeah, I am digging that. Right now I'm just dropping in another layer strictly where I want it to be darker. I'm going to leave some shine spots on our dude's legs. I want to fill them all in, right? Let that dry. This is looking muddy, but once that dries, I'm going to go ahead and fix that. We can fix that. We can do it. We can do anything. Alright, you know what we need to do, since we can do anything? A little mist of yellow underneath these wings. Like that. Blot that a little bit. So I want it to be tinted, not like standing out in the crowd crazy, right? Right. Okay. Go ahead and get those veins wiggled in. There's a dark spot here. That back wing is overlapping the forewing. And we have that happening. Cool. Alright. Except I feel like I need a little more yellow right there. It's too wet. And I do that quite a lot. I'm getting better at my water control, but it is still a challenge for me. Learning every day. Oh yeah, he's looking pretty cool. Okay, let's over here for the rest of our body. And just fill in, coloring in basically, but I want this upper part to overlap that bottom part a little bit. Raggedy edge over here because he's furry. You guys, he's super furry. Pop this in. And you can leave some white spots on his fur if you want to for like highlights, like right here could be a little highlight. Ooh, that went right down to the paper. Woohoo! Good to know. Good to know. Did not know that. Alright. Maybe a little bit here. Gently, apparently. Got carried away. For a little highlight there. Right? Right down. Let it sit for a second. And then gently blot. And that'll give you a little highlight. When it's really wet, it really just kind of picked that right up, didn't it? Who knew? Just learning, learning. Learning, learning. This middle section here and here is pretty wet still, so I'm going to try to avoid it. Leave a little barrier or white so that it doesn't bleed in. Well, blend in a little bit anyways, it's alright. Adds interest, right? Plus this yellow would be a little darker anyways with those shadowy colors because it's down below. Right? Because it's down below, so I could put a little bit of shadow in it over here. Like that, where his body's touching. So like that. Blot some of that so the edges aren't so harsh. Nice. Yeah, I dig that. I dig that. There's a little bit too much water going on though. Got a little too much water. Shadow in there. Oh, he's looking pretty cool, you guys. I'm happy. Look at our background. Look how pretty that is. This piece is colorful, I tell you what. I don't know how to do something that's colorful. I'm even really liking the flower, how it looks right now. The granulating bits here, and then the non-granulating bits. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. Okay, let's fix this mess that we got going on over here. Go ahead and wet this and blot. There we go. I think that that black granulating in there really, really lightly, adding that little tiny bit of shadow is really beautiful. Adding a bit of character. Some subtle shading. Super subtle. Yeah, that looks cool. I am digging it. Alright. Little wisps. Little wisps. And you can see my pencil marks right through my bee. If that bothers you, just don't do your drawing as dark. You know, draw it out the way you want to, and then really lightly, gently erase your lines, or just draw, put your colors in a little less, or you draw just a little less dark. Alright, is this dry? Not quite. Around it's not dry, so we're going to come down here. I just want to put in some bits of dark. This is pretty pure pigment, not much water. Putting in some darks on his legs and trying to make those shine spots kind of pop a bit. Got carried away. Swept right up into my background. Trying to wet that. Okay, got another one here. Just kind of smooth it in instead of blotting it out. Just a wet brush right here. It's a little better. Okay. Grab my pure pigment and finish up with my legs here. Nice and thick. The pigment's nice and thick on my brush. Kind of super inky. And these little bees have tiny little hairs off the backs of their legs, just so you know. Oh yeah, he's looking cool. Alright, I'm digging this piece. I'm digging it, you guys. Go ahead and get this back leg. This leg's kind of behind the other one. I couldn't tell in the drawing what was going on, so I just kind of wung it. So if this isn't correct up here, I apologize. From the depths of my soul. Alright. Good. Let's go ahead and get his. I don't think I'm going to mess with his antennae. I kind of like them how light they are. Do we want to mess with this down here, you guys? I don't know. Maybe just a bit. Like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't think I want it to be quite that dark. I do want this to have a dark line across the top. Just a little bit of water to soften it in. Just to soften that edge. Huh? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Should we stop? I feel like we should stop, with the exception of grab some water and dip into here. It's a little too green. That's all right. Just do that. It's fine. Leave it alone. Stop messing with it. Now I do want these white spots to be less intense. So, but I do want this spot to be a little more dark right through here. Good. Ooh, crazy busy piece. Super vibrant. Super vibrant. And I love all the granulating colors playing together on the page. I think it's great. It is a bit much, but it is fun at the same time. Let's grab our Quinn. Some water. Too much water, but that's alright. Oh, I'm using the cloth to blot. I liked it the way it was before. Shouldn't have messed with it. Should have left it alone. It's alright, we'll go ahead and like that and give it a little blot. Alright, leave it alone, leave it alone. Alright, let's untape it and see what it looks like. I still need to soften, I just need to soften this. How do you do that? You get a brush, you get it wet, a nice clean brush, and you glaze the color that's already there over the top, like so, gently. And that softens that glare. How cool is that? Pretty cool. Alright, this is the best part. This is the best part, you guys. I'm taking it from the board. Come on. Look at that crisp line. Whew. Dig that. I dig it. I'll go ahead and get this one off gently. Very cool. Grab this one. And I don't mind if it tears the drawing board. That's another reason to gesso your drawing board. It won't do that because it'll be gessoed. Kind of seals the paper. And there we go. Ta-da! There's our painting. Oh yeah! I dig it! I'm not often super happy with my my watercolor paintings lately, so this is a huge one for me. I'm really not digging that he doesn't have, like, this back wing is down here instead of up here. I feel like it should be up here. I'm not going to mess with the piece though because I feel like I'll ruin it. But that's alright. What do you guys think? Super busy, right? Super vibrant. Lots of color going on. Lots of stuff happening on the page. It's almost completely dry. And there is a close-up of all of the granulation, and some of that sparkle is in there. I mean, the sparkle is super subtle. It's like a little bit of a shine glistening through the paint. Like if you owned this, you would notice it, but on like this whole section up here is like a rainbow sparkle. And then there's our bee. He looks pretty cool. I haven't done a big bee like this in forever. I usually do them teensy and in colored pencil or something much more controlled, medium. That's what I was going for. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like him, if you don't, if you like the granulating background, or if you'd rather something smooth or just him on a white background. What's your preference? Or if you totally dig this, let me know that too. I'd love to hear in the comments below. Alright, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!